Normally on Saturdays we have a Duck game, and on Sundays we have a Seahawk game.
It's the normal hubbub of a family on a Sunday afternoon. Football is on the TV, the kitchen is full of cooking and baking, but across the room hangs a memorial wall of someone who isn't at home today.
It was tough because you are grieving, but it doesn't ever stop.
Esty Elmore says her brother Jeremy Bright was a lot like most kids his age. He had a basketball scholarship and loved drawing and had a mischievous side.
He would still do things. He went down in the field and he was shooting at me with the BB gun. Oh.
Jeremy went missing from the Coos County Fair in 1986. He was 14 years old and he's still missing to this day. Flashback 25 years. This was Esty on the 5-year anniversary of Jeremy's disappearance.
The last time I saw him was when we went to get our bracelets. He didn't wait for us to get them. We went over and got him, and he was gone when we went back over.
Although quiet right now, come August, thousands of people will come to the Coos County Fairgrounds here in Myrtle Point. Behind me, the area where the rides are, where Jeremy Bright was supposed to meet his sister at 5 o'clock and never showed up.
The Coos County Fair is held in the small town of Myrtle Point, just 9 miles outside of Coos Bay. In the 1980s, it was a thriving logging community, and Esty describes a simpler time before cell phones and the internet.
When you wanted somebody, you just went out onto the sidewalk and said, hey, tell Jeremy it's time to come home.
In those first few days, people in the town didn't have any answers.
Well, we just flat didn't know what to think. Because it was something that just doesn't happen around here.
Leon Brown runs the local newspaper and showed us the original clipping of when Jeremy went missing, a small box in the corner of the front page. Esty and her mother say the first few days after he went missing were filled with frustration when the Myrtle Point Police Department didn't take action.
The police chief there said when the fair packs up and moves on, he'll show up.
The frustration is felt by the Coos County Sheriff's Office as well. Sheriff Craig Zanny says his department took over the case almost 3 months after Jeremy went missing.
Caused a lot of information to not get documented or reported in a timely fashion.
Sheriff Zanny has worked on the case since the mid-90s and has tried to piece together Jeremy's movements that day.
Well, the last they know of him, he met with his dad or his uncle, got some money at one of the taverns in Myrtle Point, and he was headed to the fairgrounds.
Both Sheriff Zanny and Jeremy's family felt he met with foul play.
I don't believe he reached the fairgrounds.
Sheriff Zanny says one person of interest has been named in the case, Terry Lee Steinhoff. Esty says Steinhoff and his sisters babysat Jeremy and her when they were young. And the sheriff says Steinhoff died from an overdose in 2007 while in prison. He was serving a life sentence for the murder of a woman outside a Coos Bay bar 2 years after Jeremy's disappearance. Sheriff Zanny says they visited him in prison.
No. We tried multiple times to talk to him. He was never forthcoming.
But they didn't stop there.
There have been other people, significant interest in the case. We've dealt with those people.
The sheriff says deputies traveled all over the U.S. to contact people they thought had information.
Idaho, Nevada, California, Washington. I'm trying to remember, did we go to, I think we sent somebody to Wyoming at one time.
In the middle of the Coos County Sheriff's Office sits this file cabinet. Jeremy Bright's case files fill all the drawers. And Sheriff Zanny says it's a case that never leaves them.
If we have time, people start working on it. It kind of sticks in our craw.
In Myrtle Point, Jackie Garrity, KVAL News.